Hello everyone, my name is Raghu. I'm a driving instructor here in Brampton. Just making these videos to help you guys pass your G2 or G in the first attempt. We'll try to cover all the areas. We're gonna start with the very basic stuff. So this video is very good for you if you are going to start taking lessons from a professional instructor very soon, or if you have been driving in your home country. Back home you've been driving for years and you know how to drive, you have good controls of the cars, how to drive and how to steer and how to turn. The only thing you're lacking, you're not confident about, is rules and regulations. So we'll be covering a lot of that. So let's start by some basic rules and regulations before you start moving. So make sure your seat belt is on to begin with, very important. Make sure your sitting position is comfortable. You're not sitting by leaning back, or your arm shouldn't be straight. You want to have good nice bend in your arm so it's easy for you to steer. And make sure your mirrors, interior mirror, side view mirrors, make sure you're able to see everything. The interior mirror, you want to make sure you're able to see the full windshield at the back. Same thing in the right view mirror, you want to make sure you see 20% about of your car, and then the rest of it is road, so you have good visibility at the back. Same thing for the left side. You want to make sure you, just like that car, we can see properly, no worries. Just before we go, we're gonna have to do MSB. MSB stands for mirror signal blind spot. It's gonna apply pretty much everywhere you have to signal. If you have to signal, you have to do MSB, which is mirror signal blind spot. So what I do, I usually teach in a way that it's easy for you to follow a pattern. So you do steering wheel is called number 1, your gear is called number 2, and handbrakes is number 3. So whenever you're stopping, you do 1, 2, 3, and whenever you're leaving, you do 3. Bring the car in drive, that's 2. If your steering wheel is turned to the left or right because you did uphill or downhill parking, or the tires were not straight, so make sure your tires are straight before you go. And at the same time, if it's parallel parking, you want to make sure your tires are turned all the way left because there is a car right in front of you, so that would be 1 for you. So 3, 2, 1, and then MSB. So mirrors, I would check my mirrors, both mirrors, nobody's there, and then I would check signal left, check my blind spot, nobody's on the blind spot. Remember guys, blind spot is only good for 3 seconds. If you don't move within the 3 seconds, just like now, it's been more than 3 seconds, I'm gonna have to check it again before I go, because it expires in 3 seconds. If you don't move within the 3 seconds, I'm gonna have to check it again. Spot. And then again, this is a prime example of a blind spot. So this all area is basically, you can turn your head, or this is your peripheral vision that you can just check around. All this area is covered by your mirrors, all 3 mirrors, the left mirror, right mirror, and the rear view mirror. But this is the area which is not covered by any mirrors. So this is the area that we are talking about, which is your blind spot, that can only be checked basically while looking over your shoulder to the left and the right. That's your blind spot. Those basically of you who don't know what a blind spot is, it's basically the area which is not covered by your mirrors, and the only way for you to look at this area is by turning your head. So let's make an example of what and who could be at my blind spot. So my rear passenger window is my left blind spot. At the same time, looking at the right side passenger window is my right blind spot. So that person that I can see in my mirror is not on my blind spot, because I can see him in my right exterior mirror. But as he moves away to the other side, that only way for me to see him is by looking through the rear window, by turning my head, and he's not covered in this mirror anymore, and I can't see him in this mirror either. So, and the only way for me to look at him is by looking in this window, so that tells me he's on my blind spot. So this is a blind spot. So body movement / acting is very important in the test. It's not what you do you get points for, it's about what examiner sees you do, that you get points for. So for example, if I'm supposed to be checking my blind spot, I can look at my blind spot like this, but really for examiner sitting on a passenger seat, not necessarily you're looking at the blind spot. You could be checking the left side, because he can't see your eyes movement, he can't see where you're exactly looking. So make sure you move your shoulder body movement, that you're looking at the blind spot, make it obvious. Same thing for the right side. Instead of just turning your head, just move your body. So same thing for the interior mirror. If you're looking at the interior mirror, instead of just rolling your eyes, how does anybody know you're looking at the interior mirror when you're looking at the interior mirror? Yes, you do, you are, but it's not about, again, it's not about doing, it's about showing that they can see you. So make sure you just do body movement that you're looking in the mirrors when you're checking the mirrors. So body movement is very important. That's why in my previous video I said don't lean back and sit like this. Make sure your lower back is touching the back seat, and then your upper back is kind of away a little bit from the seat, so it's easy for you to move your body. Let's start with the stop signs. There are two types of stop signs. As you can see, there is a single stop sign where you only stop. Make sure it's safe to go before you go. We'll talk about what safe is. When we say it's safe to go, we'll talk about that. And then the other one is all-way. All-way means everybody has a stop sign. Whoever comes first goes first. No matter which direction they're going, but whoever comes first, they will go first. So after the two types of stop sign, we have three types of stopping positions. Where do you stop at a stop sign? So we know stop sign means we need to stop, and we need to stop for good 3 seconds. But where do you stop at a stop sign is very important as well. So if there is a white line on the road when you're approaching, make sure you stop before the white line, as that's the law. If there is no white line, just a sidewalk, there is a sidewalk, make sure you stop before the sidewalk. So if a cyclist or pedestrian is coming, they are not blocked, or they don't have to go around you. So make sure you stop before the sidewalk. So if there is no white line, no sidewalk, you can go as far as the curb is. So all these cars are not interrupted by you, so you can go as far as the curb is. So first of all, a stop sign approaching, it's a single stop sign. We want to pay attention to what kind of stop sign it is. We're turning right here, so we stop. There is no white line, so we'll stop before the sidewalk. We'll do a complete stop. We'll check left, center, right, and blind spot. Nobody's there, and then we can go after doing a complete stop while checking on the left side that nobody's around. Remember guys, when it comes to safety, it's not about the right of way, it's about the safety. So you want to make sure you do full 3 second stop, check left, center, right, and then the blind spot of the direction you are turning to. And then while looking into the opposite direction of the direction you're turning to, you can proceed. So for example, here again we are stopping at the single stop sign. It's a right turn, we're turning right here, so stop before the sidewalk. We'll do a full stop. We make sure we stop before the sidewalk, so if somebody was coming from the left or the right, we don't block them. If they have to go around us, or they're blocked because of us, it's a conflict. It's called a conflict, and it's fail in the test if that happens. So make sure you do a full stop. Do 1, 2, 3. Check the blind spot. We check the blind spot so we can see nobody's on the sidewalk here, no cyclist, no pedestrian is coming that could be potentially crossing the road or stuff like that. Once we say it's safe, we look on the left side again while turning right, and then we can proceed after doing a complete 3 second stop. All right, so this is the example of always stop sign. So we are approaching at the always stop sign. Always stop sign, how do you recognize it? Says on the bottom, all-way, 3-way, 4-way, it usually says on the bottom. Okay, so here whoever comes first, to that car on the other end came first, we came second, and this car came third on the left side. So if that car will go first, we will be going second, and this car that came on the third will be going third. So this is a prime example of always stop sign. So whoever comes first goes first. Again, stopping position criteria applies the same, that if it's a white line, you stop before the white line. If it's a sidewalk, you stop before the sidewalk, and if there is no white line, no sidewalk, you can go as far as the curb is. So this is an example of another stop sign. This is a single stop sign, but there is no visibility. I can't see right or left, I can't see anything. So in this case, what I will have to do, I'll still stop before the white line. I'll have to make sure I stop before the white line regardless of I can see anything or not. First you do a complete stop. If there is no white line, again you stop before the sidewalk, but you do a full stop before the white line. You count 1, 2, 3 and check your blind spot, nobody's around. Now if I don't see anybody, then I can roll further. Rolling means just taking your foot off the brake, not accelerating. Roll, check around. If I don't see anybody, you don't have to brake again and you can go. If you saw somebody, you should have stopped, but if you don't see anybody, you can go. if you don't see anybody and you still brake, you lose marks for blocking the traffic behind you. That's called impeding the traffic, or slow for conditions that you could have gone but you did not go. So a lot of people, guys, they make a mistake that they don't do a full stop. It's very important. Why I'm putting too much pressure on this. A lot of people fail because they do a rolling stop. What is a rolling stop? Is that you slow down, you don't stop, and you just kind of roll through the stop sign while checking around, but you did not do a 3 second full stop. If you don't do a full 3 second stop, it's fail. It's called rolling stop. Now, depending on how your rest of the test goes, if you only do it once, maybe examiner will give you a warning and pass you. But why take a risk, or why take chance when you can just do it 100% correct? So make sure you do a full stop for good 3 seconds, and in these 3 seconds check LCRL, which is basically left, center, right and left, and make sure you check your blind spot just before you go, because it's only good for 3 seconds. And then do a stop sign like that. So every single stop sign, make sure you do a full stop 3 seconds. Okay, so this was basically about the stop signs, single stop sign, always stop sign, stopping positions, and checking left, center, right and your blind spots at the stop signs. So in the test, you will be asked for 4 to 5 maneuvers to perform, which includes uphill, downhill parking, 3-point turn, parallel parking, front parking or reverse parking, right? Or it's called front end parking or reverse end parking for the G2, and emergency or roadside stop for the G as well. Okay, so we'll be making more videos, and you can check out the links below for those videos. Thank you.